Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a controversial view. Now, today we're going to be talking about Gremlins. Gremlins. This is one I used to watch a lot when I was younger. Um, Sometimes I would babysit uh, my dad's friends' kids when they would go out to dinner or something like that, and they would always want to watch either Gremlins or Star Wars. So that was pretty much, what I put on for them. Gremlins is an interesting film. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of nostalgia with it. Not so much with the second one, but I'll get to that in a different video. Um, the thing about Gremlins is, and to me, the most controversial thing about it is the fact that Gremlins, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Conan the Destroyer, which all came out around the same time, were largely responsible for the PG-13 rating. Now, if you guys have been following my controversial views, we did do a controversial view for the original Red Dawn. And Red Dawn was actually the first movie to get the PG-13 rating. And I did mention some of this in that video as well. But apparently, at the time, the parents were completely up in arms because of all the violence and for them still to be rated PG. Granted, um, without the PG-13 label being created, I do think Gremlins would have still been PG. Conan the Destroyer and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom would have all been rated PG. That's just my opinion, because they used to be able to get away with quite a bit on PG. There used to be PG nudity, PG F bombs. You could get away with a lot in the earlier PG films. But I guess parents were more concerned about what they were taking their kids to see and, you know, caused a big problem. And that's why we got the PG-13 rating. To me, that's always been the major controversy with Gremlins, but there's more, actually. In talking with Joe, I was sent an article about how people feel about Gremlins. Now, of course, it's a classic film. People love it. But people also think it's about several different things rather than just what you see on the TV. um, People feel it's the most racist film ever made. A lot of people feel like it is about the Vietnam War. And some people even think it's about sex. Now, going over these one by one, I don't really agree with any of them. I guess I can see the sex thing a little bit. Um, but going over the racist part of it, you have the African American teacher who seemed to have disappeared from the film and nobody really cared about what happened to him. Not only that, but of course, they originally got the Mogwai from Oriental people in a antique shop, and there was a few lines that said that you know, man doesn't respect nature, or the white man doesn't respect nature, and this, that, and the other thing. So I mean, I guess I get what they're coming from. To me, it was more of a precautionary tale about following the rules. Of course, you had the three rules with the Mogwai, or it became a gremlin, or gave birth to little gremlins. Now, as far as the Vietnam War, they completely lost me on that. Um, and apparently, they said a lot of films were about war, secretly about war, And as we're saying that, there's a plane going overhead. How about that? So they said that there was a lot of movies in the 80s that were about war because the Vietnam War had been not that far removed. Now, I'd like to talk about the sex thing a little bit because I guess I can see how people would equate that with, I guess, sex in a way. Um, they're talking about Billy, of course, um, our main character, and his love for the Phoebe Cates character, and him kind of lusting after her, and them not or him not following the rules. Therefore, there's a lot of little gremlins being born. So I kind of get where that's going, I guess. Um, to me, it all pretty much sounds like a reach, and I know a lot of people aren't going to think that it fits because I don't kind of think it fits either. For me, it's just a fun horror movie, and I do consider Gremlins a horror movie. Um, it's a fun one, but it's got a lot of comedy in it, but it's still a horror movie because you got the monsters, the Gremlins, which wreak havoc. Um, and also about the racist thing, they said that the Gremlins did something like they used traits from African Americans, like fried chicken and breakdancing, and I don't know. It just to me it seemed like it was reaching a little, but I mean whatever. A lot of people read what they want to, and you can pretty much get anything out of film if you try hard enough. I think, and explain away a lot of what doesn't work. So, interested in your thoughts. Please try to keep it nice. And don't forget to check out Joe's controversial view for Gremlins. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.